Well, for more reaction, let's bring in Ric Grenell, Senior National Security Analyst and former Director of National Intelligence. Ric, now you're very close to the president, and you just said in a tweet that you just spoke with him a few days ago. I'd like you to tell us a little bit more about his mood and how he's feeling going into this indictment on Tuesday.
Well, I won't go into great details about my personal conversation, as you can imagine, but let me just say that Donald Trump is very focused on this situation because what he realizes, it's really not about him. He knows that this is an attack on conservatives, Republicans, that it's going to get worse. This cancel culture is out of control. They're really coming after those of us who are dissenters from the ruling party. And Kelly, think about this. I travel the world and I talk to world leaders pretty regularly. And let me just say that having the ruling party go after the leading opposition figure, like what's happened here in America, is really a disaster for America's brand. I'm not sure that people understand that we're the ones who usually call this out around the world. We're the ones who usually say, you can't do that. You can't use your power in government, the weapons of government, to go after your political opponent who's running against you. We usually call this stuff out. And yet, what we see now is it's happening in the United States, and there are people around the world who are sitting in prison, real, true political prisoners, who's really looking at the situation and they're disheartened, they're panicking. Because if the United States of America is going to be the one that beats up on its political enemies with the full force and power of the government, other countries realize they have got no chance. The good guys that are sitting in prison because they spoke out against their government, the ruling party, are looking at this situation and panicking. What the Democrats have done to the United States' brand around the world may never, ever be something that we can recover from.
Ric, this week on Newsmax, you asked all other Republican candidates for 2024, the presidential race, to drop out of that race, have the party rally around Donald Trump. Do you stand by those comments?
Yeah, look, I don't just say that freewheeling, and I recognize that we have a system where you get to run for office and you get to make your case. But, I mean, come on, it's an overwhelming support for Donald Trump, and it's increasing, and we see what they're trying to do. This is unprecedented, so I do stand by it. I think that Ron DeSantis should drop out. I think that Nikki Haley should drop out. I think all of the candidates who were mounting a race need to recognize that the Democrats just went after the leader of the opposition, and I don't think anyone would be able to debate who's the leader of the Republican Party right now. It is Donald Trump. And the fact is that we've had this unprecedented moment from the Democrats to try to take out the top guy. I think that those people who are running for president now need to understand the enormity of the situation. They need to understand the seriousness that we find ourselves in, where the Democrats are trying to take out, by manipulating the courts and the justice system. And by the way, I think they all have said that this is a manipulation. And so you can't allow the Democrats to do that, and they shouldn't. Nikki Haley shouldn't, Ron DeSantis shouldn't, Mike Pompeo shouldn't. They should all come out and say, we endorse Donald Trump and bring it on for November 2024. We have to crush those people on the other side who are trying to crush America, and that's the way I see it.
Ric Grenell, appreciate you joining us on The Count tonight. Thank you.
Thank you.